Good morning. Thanks for joining the Halacha Halacha Review. Yesterday we spoke at length about Kriyat Shema al Hamita, Kriyat Shema Shel Hamita, the bedtime Shema, which is detailed, spelled out in the Siddur. If you care to take a look at that, if you can review yesterday's Halacha, we sort of went through it paragraph by paragraph and talked about what the topics are and the themes of each section there. We started then looking in, halachically speaking, our text for the morning review by Rabbi Lebovitz, who cites the Gemara. Now we've looked at it a couple times. It says that saying the nighttime Shema before you go to bed, right before you go to bed, is a very powerful motivator and protector of us as we turn ourselves in for the night. The bracha of Hamapil is recited together with Kriyat Shema. We spoke about that yesterday. You can take a look at that blessing printed on the first page of Kriyat Shema in your siddur. Some poskim maintain that Hamapil, is not recited with Shem or Malchus. In other words, you leave out God's name and Melech HaOlam. However, the custom is, in fact, who says that? Ben Ish Chai says that. Kaf HaChaim, some of the Sephardic poskim say that. Also some of the Ashkenazim, Revivos Ephraim. But if you look in our siddur, we do say it as printed there. The custom is indeed to say it b'shem Malchus, says Yechavedas, another great of the Sephardi poskim, Rav Maran Ovadia Yosef says that. Saying Hamapil is a segula to bring on sleep, so if you have trouble sleeping, here's a good segula for that. Say Shema with proper concentration, with proper intention and focus. It's a good way to escort yourself off for a good night's sleep. The added psukim, there's a lot of psukim that we mentioned yesterday, Psalms and so on, are for a shmira. They stand us in good stead as protectors. Now the question he asks then is, do you say one parsha or three of Kriyat Shema? When you daven Ma'ariv at the proper time, so the poskim say that there is no requirement to say all three parshas of Kriyat Shema. So to say, we do what's printed in the Siddur is Shema and V'ahavta, V'hayam Shemaya, and Parshat Tzitzis are left out in our Siddur. There is, however, a dispute over, one should say Kel Melech Ne'aman, or to repeat Hashem Elokeichem Emes to arrive at the proper 248 words. That's also alluded to in our Siddur. Some say that when you daven Ma'ariv before the correct time, in other words, summertime, like when we daven Kabbalat Shabbat and Mincha, and Ma'ariv rather, at 7 o'clock on Friday afternoons, we go outside. It's still broad daylight, so you've said Shema when halachically you were allowed to daven Ma'ariv. However, you did not fulfill the idea of reciting the Shema at nighttime because the sun was still out, even though you made it Shabbat, which is perfectly fine to do. After a certain point, after the earliest candlelighting time, which we print in the bulletin. The fact of the matter is it was daytime, so you can't really be accused of saying Shema at nighttime if the sun is out and shining brightly, as it often is in June and July. So when you've daven Ma'ariv and you've said Shema early, one should say all three parshas before going to sleep. That's why you'll see in some Siddurim, in some Nuschaot of Kriyat Shema Shel Hamita, of the bedtime Shema, you'll see that the entire Shema is printed there. There's also a discussion in the poskim whether Kriyat Shema should be said before or after the bracha of Hamapil, and you'll see a variance in that also. So Mishnah Berurah offers a compromise. If you tend to fall asleep during reciting Kriyat Shema, halavai, that we would all fall off to sleep so easily, then you say Hamapil first. If you don't have this tendency, then the bracha of Hamapil is said at the end. As far as women reciting the Kriyat Shema Shel Hamita, there are poskim who say that women are exempt from having to say saying Kriyat Shema Shel Hamita because it is a positive time-bound mitzvah saseh shazman grama. Most of the poskim, however, who says that? Let's see. Magen Avram is of that opinion, one of the commentators in Shulchan Aruch. Most of the poskim, however, maintain that women indeed should recite Hamapil and Kriyat Shema because there is a need for the Shmira. As we said before, it's a skula, it's a protector, and a merit for us as we turn in for the night. So we should say that. It's quoted in the name of Meir and Premishlan that Birchas Hamapil is a segula for good health in all respects of a woman's life. The Ben Ish Chai says that when you should train your children to recite Kriyat Shema Shel Hamita, for those who are blessed with children, you can train your children from an early age already to say Kriyat Shema al Hamita, the nighttime Shema, and that brings them Yirat Shamayim. So there you have it. Okay, number of various insights and important points to remember. So tonight, the earliest time you can light candles is 5:05. The proper time for candlelighting is 5:52 this afternoon. If you think Shabbos is getting earlier, wait till you see next week. If we were meeting in Shul this Friday night, which unfortunately we're still not able to do on account of the pandemic situation, so we would be davening at 5:55. If you'd like to join together with everybody else in prayer at that time, 5 minutes to 6 is the time to do that. We will hold Shachar services in Shul tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock for those who have pre-registered, and Shabbat ends at 6:54 tomorrow evening. So if you'd like to join us for Zoom Havdalah, that is at 7:04 p.m. on Zoom. The link is in your email. Now, the important thing to remember tomorrow night is to change your clocks. Daylight savings time ends, so please remember to change your clocks on Sunday morning, Saturday night when you go to bed, Sunday morning when you wake up, whenever it is. We turn the clocks back 1 hour to go back on standard time. Okay, have a wonderful Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos, and we will see you afterwards.